Hi, good morning. Welcome to Cider House Crafts. Today is May 19th, 2020. I'm Jen and welcome. If you are new, well, welcome. And if you're a returning viewer, thanks for coming back. I really appreciate it. I would like to announce that I have a new iPhone and I got Instagram to work on it in the browser, which is super duper cool. Because I haven't been able to get Instagram to work, so I got to talk to Kim on Instagram and see everybody's lovely work, and I was so happy. Oh, it was great. I'm so happy. It's nice to be back on Instagram anyway. So I am going to post this when it loads so everybody can know that it's back. Yeah. So I have lots of things to show this week, and I have some finished objects, cross-stitching primarily, and this ugly shirt. Right, so we're going to kick off with the FOs, and then I'm going to show you what I got, like stash stuff. And then we'll get into the cross stitch that I'm working on now, and the knitting and the crochet and the new projects that I started. I have my progress on those. I was planning to spin when it was raining, because it's raining for the last 2 days here, which is super good. But I didn't spin because I wasn't feeling well. And today it's raining again, so I might get some spinning done. I don't know. I'm really totally into my cross stitching and some of the knitting that I've got going on, which I will show you. My sewing projects, which I'm going to show you first, have just turned out shitty. I've had no success with them. And I'm kind of glad for the gloomy weather. That's where I started. I'll watch a horror flick this afternoon, probably cross stitch or knit. I'm going to back off the sewing for a day and not touch it. So anyway, so I guess we'll get started. I'll talk about real life stuff at the end, but if you're not interested, just fucking shut it off. So this is my normal t-shirt that I make, the one that I show you all the time, except I put a Peter Pan collar on it, and I put some cuffs on it, and this is linen that I got. I hate this. Absolutely fucking hate it. I used the rest of this fabric up, which was great. I'm trying to get rid of all of my fabric stash, and I'm doing quite well. Excuse me, I think I have 1, 2, 3, 4 big pieces of fabric left to use, and then my fabric stash is gone, like completely gone, and I'm so happy to report that, because yeah, that was the point. But yeah, so I used the last of this. The Peter Pan collar is because it was on the Great British Sewing Bee 2 weeks ago, and I thought, oh, that looks really cute. Looks like shit. So I might take the collar off and just turn the collar, just turn the jersey, this jersey, under, and just do a half-ass collar. And I'm probably going to cut the sleeves off to about 3/4 length, and just wear it like that. So yeah, I mean, I am not pleased with this at all. And I really like this purple fabric, and I know it's not really showing up as purple. It looks like really gray, but it is purple. It's deeper. It's much darker than you're seeing here. But yeah, anyway, same sewing, just, you know, different style. But yeah, I won't do that again. Anyway, I am just going to push Hagrid out of the way, because I have not even a pretense that he's walking in here on his own today. That other project, like I said, is back there. Yeah. So, not happy. Not a happy bunny. I'm sorry about my scurfy sweater, but it's really chilly out with this rain and stuff, so I've got like little spots of fluff everywhere. What else is happening? Right. So I talked about my FOs for sewing. Let's go through the FOs for cross stitch. So I did finish out some cross stitching. This frame, this picture I'm going to show you, was already in this frame, but it had a really ugly sort of modern-y looking pumpkin in, and you're going to see it, and it's going to look very plain and primitive, but that was what I was going for. Also, you're going to see some white marker on this this loose weave that Kim sent over with her witch, and that's going to get washed out. I just popped it in the frame really quick. The white marker is so I could center it and things, and I still didn't do a super duper job. But the frame is bothering me, so I'm going to paint it with black chalk paint, like the second frame you'll see. But first, let's just show it. So I got the witches done. This one is Kim's. This one is mine, and the pumpkin that I showed you guys, and you can see the white. Can you see the white around there? The pumpkin I started last week. I just added some little vines to it and things like that. Sorry, you can see the neighbor's back garden. But yeah, so that's that. The second thing is this little beauty, which is done and in its distressed frame that I painted with black chalk paint. Not super keen on the way it's in here. I want to add things into the shadow box part to help bring it to life a bit. But I am just really glad that this cross stitch is done. If you hold it back, the tree gives it a lot of depth, and I am so glad that I decided to use the color instead of the red, the darker red, instead of the gray in this tree, because it adds something to it. Those are my only two FOs. Now I got a couple things, and the first thing was last week I talked about the D-stash pages on Facebook, and I said that I had joined one, and I joined one that was just for Jersey. And I met a really nice lady named Jeanette who has made over 100 scrub suits for the NHS, which is fantastic. And she's also made like tons of masks, and she's just a really prolific, I mean, seamstress, and she's a super nice lady. So she had some D-stash of some jersey that she had wanted to put up on sale, and it was her first time selling. It was my first time buying on Facebook. It was all very nerve-wracking, and I probably drove her nuts, but I was really nervous about purchasing that way. Like if you purchase off Etsy or you purchase off eBay, you have that sort of insurance that if you don't get your product, you know, and I'm not saying Jeanette would have done that, because obviously she didn't, but you know, some people aren't honest, and I was so super duper nervous. But it came. Unfortunately, it wasn't the medium weight that I thought it was, and maybe I just don't know what I'm talking about, and I should have looked for a heavyweight jersey. But this is what came, and I absolutely adore the color. It's called Rose. And I got a lot of it, so I'm gonna have to do something super duper with it. But yeah, there's my hair on it. But it is not a heavyweight jersey. You can see, just like, there you go. So you can see that it's not very thick at all. And if it was thicker, it wouldn't curl up that much on the edge. But I do like the color, so I am gonna find something to make myself something with this. I don't know. We'll see. So I got that. And then I think I said that I subscribed to a sewing magazine, and it's not the sewing magazine that I thought it was. So I think it's Love Sewing or something like that that I subscribed to. I wanted to subscribe to because I liked the patterns that came. I don't particularly like the Simply Sewing patterns, but I do like the magazine, and that's what I ended up getting. I should have paid better attention. So this is this month's, my first issue, being sent to my house, and the dress that's on the front, so it's called the drape dress, and that was the pattern that came with the magazine this month. I don't like it, and I won't be making it. I am going to save the pattern though, because some people look for them after, so I can, you know, gift it to somebody or something if they want to make it. There's a big online group for the British Sewing Bee for this year. So there's Esme and Patrick on the left and right, and I can't remember what the little boy's name is in the middle, but he is funny. There is a crafty pattern in here that I really want to make. Now, I don't know why they put this way into, sorry, my mail went off, into the magazine, because it did look like a bit of a hot mess. Like, it's not cut properly, and it's not even, and making it like in. Now, when I ordered this magazine, they said, we're going to send you a free sewing machine. And I went, oh, okay. And by the way, I did subscribe to Simply Sewing, or not Simply Sewing, what's this one? Love Sewing. but I only subscribed for 3 issues because they had a sale for $6.99. So I probably cancel after that and wait until they do some kind of super deal like these folks did. But they sent me a sewing machine. They sent me a Jano. Now it's very basic. There's a cover. Put it over my little brother. But this thing buttonholes like nobody's business. The buttonholer on this is amazing. And this will be my workhorse sewing machine for hems and for quilting and such. But yeah, I mean, it's heavy. I mean, proper heavy. And it did come with a lot of attachments, and it does have a free arm. I mean, the neck is not very wide, so it'll be great for pattern piecing, but not for sewing. Like my neck space on my brother here is huge. So yeah, so there's features on that sewing machine that definitely aren't on that sewing machine that I miss when I tried to use it. But it's all in all, it's a great little machine, and it's made me think about Janome and whether I'm going to maybe in the future purchase one of their products. Right, so that is that. How am I 16 minutes into this? How did that happen? God, I better hurry up. I'm taking up all your time. Ooh, that's hot. I am having a chai latte in this today. Anyway, right, so let's talk about what I'm cross-stitching. I don't know why I'm on a super duper cross-stitch, hip, flop, doing cross-stitching all the time. But yeah, I started this little beauty. Yeah, this thing's huge. Like, it's massive. If you can see the dimensions on it, yeah. But it's going to be so nice, and Ian said to me that when it's finished, we're going to take it to a framer and have it professionally framed. And we're going to hang it in the lounge, not in the kitchen, because he really likes it. So I've started that, and the bit I'm going to show you is the front door on the cottage. I have to devise a way to organize my threads for this, and I will, but I'm still thinking about how I'm going to do that. So if anybody has any ideas about that, I'd really appreciate it. How do you organize your threads? Do you have like some kind of pegboard that you hang them on? Because this has the thread chart on the back, and I really want to follow that thread chart, you know, when I organize my threads. If you have any specific way that you organize your threads, I'd really be interested in hearing about it. So this is the door. That's what I've gotten done so far. And yeah, so I like the navy. It's not showing up looking like navy. It looks like black on your screen, but the navy's really good. And when you hold it back, it kind of looks like there's a reflection on the door. So yeah, I'm really enjoying it. And I'm really enjoying cross-stitching again, which is lovely because I love cross-stitch finished products. I think they're charming and homey, if you know what I mean. So yeah. I do, before I get into the knitting and the crochet, before we get going with that, I do want to talk more about some sewing things. So this week I purchased some sewing patterns. I'm going to move over here. Let me kick off by saying last week on the British Sewing Bee, they had the sewers make a rugby shirt, and if you know what a rugby shirt looks like, most of us do, it has a hidden placket and da-da-da-da. Well, I went on a search all over the internet for that pattern, and unfortunately, and quite wrongly, I think, the BBC doesn't offer those patterns for sale. Not that I found, and I have looked everywhere. And there's a web page called the Pattern Pages, and these women, yeah, they talk about the Great British Sewing Bee a lot. There's a whole vlog about it, or blog about it, and they offered up patterns they thought were like, and there was that very expensive Vogue pattern for £15.50 that doesn't look anything like it. It's absolutely horrible, and shame on Vogue, really. It looks cheesy and cheap and shitty, and I'm not saying the girls who put it up are bad people. They're not. They just found what was available, and that's pretty much what I thought was available. But it's not. I had, very curiously, I had an email from Wardrobe by Me, and they're an American shop, and they design patterns and PDF patterns, and you buy them, and it's a download, and yeah, you know, like a lot of patterns are today. And they sent me a mail shot, and they had a polo shirt in there, which was basically a rugby shirt, and there were different styles. And one of the styles had a hidden placket, and it had long sleeves and things. And man, did I snap that up in a hurry. I bought it in US dollars. I can't remember. I think it was $9 US or something. And then I started looking around their site. So first I will show you right here. I will show you the polo shirt. And keep in mind that the picture has short sleeves, but they're actually a long sleeve version of it. And I was really pleased. So I bought that. And then the next thing, and then I started looking around, and I'm like, holy shit, look at these. These people have like a ton of patterns. So it's Wardrobe by Me. I think I'll put their little thing like down here while I'm talking about the patterns that I'm putting up here. But the next thing I bought was an underwear pattern. So they had this really cool underwear pattern called the Hipster, and I've purchased that as well. And I'm really eager to make that, and I don't know, I don't have any mercerized cotton, which is what I really like my underpants to be made from, because it's so soft and it's just nice, you know, and it's stretchy, but, you know, it gives you some support on your fat belly. Well, if you have a fat belly like me, because, yeah. And then the last pattern that I bought was the Trudy turtleneck, and I absolutely am in love with this. It's just great. So I got those 3 patterns, and then I thought, oh my god, I've got so many PDFs to print out. Shit. But then I was back on the Pattern Pages website, and I realized, holy shit, they have a shop thing where, and I will put the link in the description box. So they will actually take your PDF print, and so you upload the file, and they print it out on giant sheets of basically pattern pages, and they send it off to you same day. So anyway, so yeah, I'm like super stoked about that, and I've just gone on about it for 7 minutes. This is going to be a long one, and I expected it to be a short one, but sorry. I'm drinking more chai latte because that's really good. I wish I could share it with you. It's so bad. Anyway, so yeah. So that mini lecture over. Looking for that. I'm also looking for, if anybody knows of a really good vest pattern, and I don't mean a vest like English vest. I mean like in a waistcoat vest with like a scoopy front. Not a pointy front, but a scoopy front. I've got some herringbone here, fabric here, that I was going to make a skirt out, and then I changed my mind, and I'm going to make a vest, because I want to make a vest to go with my campfire fabric that I'm going to make a skirt out of for this autumn. And I'm going to make a turtleneck, a Trudy turtleneck, to go with it. So yeah, very autumnal. That's all I got to say about sewing. Yeah. So I'm just going to back off, be easy about it, and hopefully it'll go more smoothly, and that crisscross top will be okay. I'm back. Let's show some knitting. The first thing I'm going to, whoopsie daisy, don't fall. First thing I'm going to show is the socks I'm making for my sister-in-law. These are knit with toe up 2.5 Knitter's Pride carbons. It is Knit Picks Felici Limeade. I've been showing this every week, so I'm hoping people get that. Come on. My camera's hating me today. Why don't you want to focus? Okay, well, it doesn't want to focus today. Anyway, trust me, this is Limeade by Knit Picks. There we go. It's so soft. So, this is the sock so far. So I've only done, I think I've done 10 rows since you guys saw it last week. Yeah, it's coming along. I just haven't had any sock mojo, to be honest. But I really need to get them on, because she WhatsApped me the other day, and she's like, how are my socks coming along? And I was like, where's my freaking cushion? Anyway, yeah, so this is what we got so far. I love the colors in it. I really do. you can see that Knit Picks makes some mistakes. Like you can see between this like light blue and this sort of creamy yellow, they've made a mistake with their dyeing, but I don't really mind it. I think it adds something to it. So anyways, like I said, toe up 2.5 millimeter needles, Knitter's Pride carbons. There we go. There we go. If you see me look over here a lot, it's because my screen is right here, and I can see whether you can see stuff or not. So there we go. So I'll put that down. The next thing I'm going to show you are the Spooky Pumpkin Mitts by Cat in a Sweater. And an advertisement for Wool Warehouse, which is where I got the wool from. So I'm knitting this with Drops Fable, and it's in the Unicolor series. So I made a mistake giving you the names of the colors last week. So there's the tag. There we go. And my directions out. So this isn't burnt orange, this is rust. And this is green apple. And guess what color this is? This is black. With a thread on. This is black. So those are the three colors that I put together to make this fingerless glove with some color work, and I'm going to show you what I got done so far, maybe. So far I have gotten all of the what you call it, the skeletons done on the bottom. So all the way around we have skeletons, and I have started up on the orange now, which you can't really tell because I've only got a couple rows done. Yeah, here, let me show you this side so you can start to see what's happening with that. So yeah, the pattern's really easy to follow. The charts are fantastic. I love charts. I love a chart for anything, whether it's just the knitting itself or color work. I love a chart. It's my thing. I don't like written. I don't particularly like written out charts because I don't have the capacity to follow that very well. Like, I'll lose my spot. So if I have a chart, I can do my thing. So that is in one of my bags with the beads. Love the beads. And yeah, I got that done. So the next thing I'm going to show a picture here. It's called the Sunday Cardi by, what's her name? Now I'm going to have to look it up. Because I'm silly and daft and silly. This is a paid for pattern, by the way, so I can't really show you. Of course it is Petite Knit, which is the Sunday Cardigan by Petite Knit. Now, I think Julia from the Happy Knitting Podcast is knitting one of her other sweaters right now. And it's the same sort of pattern in the construction. But Julia says she doesn't like this girl's sizing, which kind of scared me. And I thought, well, I've never heard that from anybody else. And she seems to be kind of famous. And I thought, okay, well, she's got to be kosher because, you know, she's kind of famous. But Julia says she doesn't like her sizing. So I'm kind of shitting my pants right now. Because Julie is about this big, and she's even pregnant, and she's still this big. But I'm not that big. I am like the big. Like, I am Jupiter to her Mercury or Venus. But I'm carrying on, and I am knitting this with some Lion brand that I had for another sweater that I'm never going to do. So this is Color Waves by Lion brand. This is so soft and squishy, and knit up it's even softer and squishier. So this is what this is, Color Waves. And I think I bought it off of Amazon, to be honest with you, shame on me. But you're going to see a progress keeper on here, but it's not really keeping progress as much as it is marking where the yoke starts for the sweater. So the top bit is, this is the collar bit, which will be folded down and sewn onto itself, so it'll be doubled over when it's done. So it'll be like that and just thicker. But yeah, you can't really see the patternation yet because I'm not that far, but maybe if I put it closer. So gradually these ribs of knit and purl will get larger and larger and expand out, and then it'll just turn into straight knitting. But yeah, I mean, I don't know if you can tell, but this is so fluffy and soft. It's amazing. And the way she's written the pattern and the way you run your increases, which I can't really tell you how because that would be giving away her pattern, but it allows the knitter to say, okay, I've got this much time, so I can get to the next increase in that amount of time. And it's sort of, I liken it to when you're knitting with, like when you're knitting with Felici or any self-striping, how you know, hey, I've got this much time, so I can knit one of the stripes in that much time. That's kind of how it's working for me at the moment, which is really good. So, and as you all know, I'm not a big sweater maker. It is not my bag. Dolphin can knit a sweater in fucking 3 days. I don't know how the hell she does that. My mother-in-law can do the same thing. My sister-in-law can do the same thing. It's not me. That is not what I do. But for some reason, this sweater is really super cool. And I am enjoying the process of knitting this sweater. And it's going to test me because I have never knit a buttonhole. So I'm really looking forward to taking my time and learning how to do that. So I might like knit up a swatch of something to practice buttonholing while, you know, I'm coming up on that. So I have a few more increases before that happens, but yeah. So that is all for garments. Now, I put some more squares in my blanket this week, so I'm going to show you them. And where are we here? We're over here. So this is the last square that you guys saw that I knit, and I have added these 4 squares this week. So I've added this square, this pink and purpley thing that you see right here, and then this, which I really love, and the colors aren't showing up as nice as they are, but they are lovely. And again, I don't know any of these except for the last one. And then this one, which is some kind of, you know, very commercial sock yarn. But the colors are nice. And then the last one is mine, Frankenstein's Castle. And yeah, so the next color I've already chosen to put in is this sort of gray and tan color. I don't know if you can see that or not, but yeah, that's the next color to go in. I am getting so low on minis. I'm gonna have to do something about it. Either order, I think I'm gonna order some undyed wool and go ahead and just have some experiments with colors, and yeah, get some minis dyed up for myself. I shall do that, I think. Maybe I'll have some dyeing to show you next week. Yeah, other than that, that's all me crafting for the week. I haven't done a ton. I've got my cardboard started, my saved cardboard started for my haunted house construction, my paper house. So looking forward to starting to work on that. I'm looking at designs on Pinterest, and that should be a fun project for September, October for myself. Right. Yeah, that's about it. So, personal stuff. I'm at 36 minutes right now. I'm really sorry, you guys. That's bad, isn't it? There's not been a lot going on. Ian's got his setup all running downstairs now in the basement. He's managed to hook surround sound into his gaming and projector devices. He's built a new stand, which looks super duper good, and yeah, I'd have paid for that, to be honest, for all of his stereo equipment, his hi-fi, his reel-to-reel, all this stuff he's into. What else is going on? Yeah, I can't really think. Just gardening, general gardening. He's been doing a lot of that as well to keep himself busy. I've just been doing houseworky stuff and crafting quite a bit. And I think what I'm going to do when I'm done here and done editing and getting it loaded is probably get downstairs and do some knitting this afternoon, like I said, and watch a spooky film. Yeah, there's not a whole lot going on. I know other people have stuff going on, but future self, I'm not going to talk about coronavirus because I'm just so sick of hearing about it. It's unreal. Not being negative about it. I'm happy to stay in because of Ian, and that doesn't bother me a bit. I just don't want to go on and on about it because everybody's going on and on about it. Yeah, that's about it. I might purchase some fabric today. Just a little bit though, because I've tried not to spend money this month. Yeah, that's it. Oh, one more thing. I just want to tell everybody this because I know some people who watch this have pets. My sister-in-law's daughter, so my niece, took her to Scotty's to the groomer. And they were fine when they went to the groomer. And this was 2 weeks ago. She took her dogs to the groomers, or yeah, 2 weeks, a little bit less than 2 weeks ago. And the other day, one of her dogs couldn't stand up, couldn't move, basically lethargic. Just, it was bad. Ellie, her name is. She's a cute little dog. And my niece took her to the veterinarians, and she has clots on her lungs. And it's sort of a coronavirus situation because obviously pets can get it. And they gave her a blood transfusion and sent her home and said if she doesn't get better, then I guess that's that. So please be wary. Blossom had an appointment with Shannon at the green room for the 6th of June, and I've canceled it. I'm not taking her in. I can't take the chance. So yeah, not good. Not good. But anyway, so be careful with your pets because you don't want them to get ill either, do you? That's not good. So anyway, yeah, I'm gonna go because this has been 40 minutes and it shouldn't have been. I hope you're all well. Keep well. Keep your husbands in line. I know that you're gonna need to keep Tony there. Men are weird. Ian's the same way. So yeah, I hope he's okay and keep him safe because yeah, luck. Tony, be safe. Don't make your wife worry. Make her old for her time. Anyway, right, I am going to go now. I will see you all next week. I'm not sure I'm going to have a whole lot to show next week because I don't think I'll have any finished objects. I'm certainly not going to have that fucking garage ditch done. But we'll see. Maybe I'll have one sock done. But you take care of yourselves, and I will talk to you later. Bye.